Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, everybody around the world. Welcome back to the One Piece video featuring your girl, Carrot. Get ready for a very spicy deck profile featuring OP08 here on the channel. Let alone, I'm very excited to bring this one to you. And if you have noticed, I've been trying to get as much content out as I possibly can to you guys. I've been diving into locals play a lot more often here on the channel. I did mention that this was going to be happening once OP08 did come around, so stay tuned for a lot more content. Now, I do know that people love seeing sim content from me, and you guys also love seeing locals content. So I'm trying to appeal to multiple different audiences here. Sim content is not going to slow down whatsoever. You're just getting extra videos when it comes to locals. If you've noticed in my previous King video, I did not have my voice. My voice was not all there. It is back. I don't want to say in its fullest, but it is much better than it was before. So normal videos will commence after Carrot goes live today. But in any case, we're going to do two different variations of Carrots. And I do hope you guys are going to enjoy this. Unfortunately, this leader isn't as flexible as I would like her to be. The deck builds that you can come up with, they don't vary as much. You know what I mean? Like, you're generally going to see a lot of the same units, just different ratios. But I'm going to try my best. I'm going to show you two different builds. And we're going to play a bunch of games today because I owe that much to you guys. What Carrot's ability allows you to do, if you have a Mink type character in play, such as like a Inuyasha here, a Carrot, a Wanda, what have you, she's able to rest a character on your opponent's side of the board that's 5 costs or less, which is really good. It's similar to Jewerly Bonney, just, in my opinion, not as great. Whereas if you attack into Jewerly Bonney, and she decides to spend 1 Dawn, she could either rest your leader or another character on your side of the field. Doesn't matter the cost. Carrot is limited to the 5 costs or less. So, and again, this is once per turn. This is not when your opponent attacks. This is just activate main. In any case, we are going to be running with 12 2K counters here, with 4 Izo, 4 Beppo, and then 4 Milky. We'll talk about Beppo real quick before we get into some Milky action. So, Beppo, for those of you out there who are unfamiliar, you don't have to run him in this deck to be viable. He's just here because he's a 4-drop, and it gives you another body to play on this curve, other than, Pedro. Now, of course, you can drop this if you want to grab the other Carrot, which I'm sure someone's going to mention down in the comments below, this is better, etc., etc. Ideally, I'd rather have access to Beppo, just in case I don't have anything to play on 4 Dawn, and just be able to have a body on board. Most of the time I'm using them as a 2K counter, but the option is nice. The Carrot, you have this with Rosinante. The combination where you drop Rosinante, then play down a Carrot on board, sounds pretty great. But this isn't the Carrot you actually want to play off of the Rosinante effect, 9 out of 10 times. You're generally looking for Inuyasha, Dogstorm here, Carrot, or Jewerly Bonney to play off of your 8-drop Rosinante. This is just an extra selection or an extra card that you might have an opportunity of playing. Just not ideal. But she is a 2K counter, just like Beppo, so you can use either or. So, in any case, let's dive back into this list real fast. Now, we are going to be running with the obvious big boys here, with Doflamingo, Rosinante, and Hody Jones. I've tried numerous different builds with these top end, and I enjoy Hody Jones. I will show you guys another list that doesn't utilize him at all, which I like both lists very much. I just think Hody allows you to get to that end game. You have that game closer, but he's not searchable. We only run 2 of them, so we don't see him every single game. Whereas in the second variation of Carrot I'm going to show you, it's a little bit more consistent in my opinion. But we all know what Hody does. He's very strong in all green decks. Just for me, sometimes he's hit or miss because again we don't draw him every game. But overall, he serves a purpose here, just like Doflamingo. And if you notice, we are not running Baby 5 here in this build. I've seen a lot of Carrot builds that utilize Baby 5. I've seen a lot that don't utilize her. For my take, I don't enjoy her in Carrot at all, just for the fact that we are only using Baby 5 to search out for Doflamingo and Rosie. And most of the time, you could go 4 Rosinantes and 4 Doflamingos, but out of 51 cards, or out of 50 cards, that is very slim pickings. let's be fair. The other options are going to be like the Baby 5 2K counter, and that's pretty much it. Or Viola, but you know what I mean? And I feel like you want to have tempo, especially in OP08. I feel like dropping Baby 5 kind of slows you down quite a bit, where you could just drop something like Wanda, get the pieces you need, or Carrot, or what have you, instead of spending 2 Dawn to activate Baby 5. I feel like it slows this deck down entirely, but I could be wrong. Hey, you know, each their own. Again, personal preference here. But back over to the 2K counters being Melky. If you are unfamiliar with what this card allows you to do here in a deck like this, you spend 2, you put her on board. At any time, you can rest it. She'll become a pseudo blocker for you, and she allows you to reactivate a rested Dawn as standing. Therefore, you can use it again, which is really, really good. But again, she will become like a pseudo blocker. Your opponent will try to want to remove this, and in a deck where we don't run that many blockers to begin with, she can save you in a pinch. But overall, you will be running Pedro for the blocker aspect, which has a very, very useful ability in Carrot and in the current state of the game. He allows you to pop a rested character on your opponent's side of the board that is 6 costs or less, and that includes if your opponent attacks. So for example, if you're playing against like Calgaro, right, and they happen to attack you with, let's say, Calgaro. He's a 6-drop, 8k power, very strong unit, in which we can't usually rest with our leader ability. Well, if you have Pedro on board, and they decide to attack into you with Calgaro, you can block out and then just instantly pop him at the end of the turn, which is really strong with Pedro's ability. But, you know, he has many uses. Most of the time, I'm not necessarily resting your opponent's Dawn. I'm usually trying to use him to kill something on board for me. But speaking of resting, Carrot herself, along with Inuyasha, Dogstorm, will do just that for you. He allows you to rest 2 characters on your opponent's side of the field that are 5 costs or less, whereas your leader allows you to rest 1, and Carrot allows you to rest or freeze anything that is 7 costs or less on your opponent's side of the board when she is played and when she attacks. So you have options with, I'm not going to try to butcher this man's name, but if you play down a Carrot, right, you freeze something. If you attack with Carrot, you also freeze something. So if Carrot swings, now she is rested. If you play this down for 2 Dawn, you activate the ability, you can restand the Carrot and swing again, freezing something else on board in your opponent's side of the field, which is really, really strong. I think Carrot is really good into all aggro decks in the current format, especially into things like Calgaro, Zoro, and Blue Doflamingo. This allows you to keep the board under control and get rid of the pesky units that allow your opponents to, get more bodies on board. So for example, in decks like Zoro, we all know this man plays multiple bodies down each and every turn. Well, if you're able to considerably rest Chopper all of the time, you have the option to slow down the deck and take control of the match if they can't get bodies to flood on board due to the fact that he is rested. And we do that often with Carrot's leader ability, Inuyasha, or Carrot herself. But we also have access to things like Electrical Luna. So decks like Zoro, Doflamingo, and again Calgaro, who typically flood the board, you have the option of freezing a lot of things at the exact same time. And most of those decks play cards that are very, very cheap or under 7 costs, therefore you can freeze multiple units in a turn. But overall, we are going to dive into a bunch of games today. I do hope you guys are going to enjoy this. But before we do, let me go ahead and show you guys Carrot's second variation that does not utilize Hody Jones. Now, Hody Jones in himself, we know how strong this card is in all green decks. He is here in Carrot just because he is a game changer. He's a game closer. He allows you to go for game most of the time and or rest bodies on board on key with something like Electrical Luna. So if you have some bodies already that are rested, Hody can rest other bodies on board to chain in with Electrical Luna to keep them rested for the following turn. But most of the time, unlike in Yamato, this isn't going to swing for 10k. Whereas Yamato allows you to give 2 rested Dawn to Hody, swing for 10. This is generally going to swing for 9, maybe 9, but almost always 8. It's not as effective here in Carrot, but it does do his job, right? You're able to rest blockers and go for face. But overall, we're going to show you guys a different variation here of Carrot before we dive into a bunch of games today. And I think the second one here is my favorite, personally. Variation 2, we drop the Hody Jones for Nekomamushi. Everything else here is generally going to be the same, except for we drop down 2 Beppos, and I want to go up into Nekomamushi and Rosinante here, just because Rosie can drop down the 5 costs, which would be Nekomamushi, Carrot, and Dogstorm, let alone Jewerly Bonney. We have so many different options for this man to put a body on board and just do damage. But mainly, if you're going into the late game, you already have a Melky on board, you have the option of playing Nekomamushi down, restanding a Don with Melky, right? This will allow this man to be 7k. If you have Zoe on board, he'll become an 8k. This allows you to restand an extra Don as well. You can swing in, drop this on board, restand him, and do it again, which is very, very scary, especially if your opponent is not ready for it. But that's 2 Hody swings, technically, without ripping a life. See what I mean? But in any case, we're going to dive into a bunch of games today. I'll see you all in a split second. Let's go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're going to dive into a bunch of games today. Come at you guys with Carrot playing into probably Zuzuro, right? Let's be fair. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to hold you. I'm not going to tell you that Carrot is a tier 1 or a tier 2 deck by any means. She does have her faults, right? To be fair. But into aggro matchups, Zoro, Doflamingo, Kagero, any deck that involves with flooding the board, Carrot is pretty solid at due to the fact that how much board control that we have. The downside to this is we struggle into removal matchups, so things like Rob Lucci, Gecko Moria, King. Any deck that has heavy removal, we generally will have a rougher time. Now, Carrot by no means is no slouch. This deck is very, very fun to play. It can be built a few different ways. And I am having a lot of fun with this leader. A lot more than I thought I would at first. And to be fair, I'm not much of a green player outside of playing Yamato. But it surprised me, to be fair. I like the fact that we can control this matchup pretty good. Especially when we have a way to freeze this 3-drop Chopper that's on the board. Not the rest of the one, but the one that has the on-play and or attack. Allows Zoro to search out for other animals and play them on board. This Chopper is going to be key to winning this match. And we do have Bonney in hand. We have a Mink on board. And we go up to 5 Don next turn. So we have the potential... There's another Bonney. Okay, cool. So, we can rest the Chopper, play the Bonney to freeze the Chopper, and then attack into the 4-drop, or sorry, the 3-drop that's rested on board. He does have 1 Dawn up, so it's a possibility that he has the event ready to go. But we don't really have a choice here. I think it's just the best case scenario. Because if we Bonney or Izo, I think Bonney is better. Yeah, it's Bonney. Let's freeze this. Let's give myself a rested Dawn. Or activate another Dawn. Same thing. Go 6k here. He'll definitely kill Melky next turn, but at least she's taking a hit for me. No event. Cool, we'll take those. But yeah, as long as we can keep freezing this Chopper, we should be able to win the game, no problem. It just comes down to how many freezes that we see throughout the game. There's another Nami hits the board. I have played against some Zoros that are running the 5-cost Luffy as well. You know, the one with Rush. So I have to be mindful of that. Especially in a matchup like this where we only have 4 blockers. Alright. He's got 4 Dawn open. So he definitely is going to save that last Dawn for the event. So we'll take this first hit, and then we'll give him a 2k for the Zoro. For the Zoro swing. Or not. Okay. Yeah, sure. You got it. Interesting. Okay, so he can't activate the event because he has no Dawn up, so I think we're fine here to do some damage. Let's kill the bear. I'd assume. Come on, bud. You don't need it. Thank you. Alright, so now we can play another Bonney down to freeze Chopper again. 2 Dawn open. Which we could pass turn, or we can play down another Milky here, which is probably the better option. We lose a 2k counter, but we have options for this later, so this will work out fine. Alright. Let's go ahead and do this. Let me just... Yeah, this is probably the better play. I don't really care about the Nami all too much. If he wants to Dawn up the Nami and swing, that's totally fine. I imagine he runs Nami into Melky anyway, so... We do have Pedro and an Electrical Luna's here. But I feel like Luna doesn't get as much value in this matchup as I would like it to, because the units that Zoro plays are very, very cheap. So if I'm going to be freezing each and every turn, most of the time they kind of just throw away those units and play a fresh one over top of them. You know what I mean? But we'll see. Blocker Chopper. So he's got 4 Dawn left because he's going to attach 1 to Zoro. Okay, 2 to Zoro. Sure. Alright, Nami, go ahead. Run into her. Wow. Alright. I'll take those. We'll rest this. We'll play Inuyasha here. Or Dogstorm. This way we can freeze both choppers, and then we have 4 Dawn left for Pedro. Probably should attack first, right? Just in case he runs like Jet Pistol. I doubt it, but you never know. So he should be activating the event here, because we know he had one earlier. And hopefully he doesn't get another blocker Chopper here. Oh, he does. You're cool. That actually kind of sucks, but that's fine. We should be able to get around this. Yep. Does he have another one in hand? So that's the second one, right? Okay, so we had bear as well. I attack once and I get 3 bodies on board, which is kind of nutty. Alright, let's go 6. I don't really care about the board too much just yet. I am in danger next turn, that's for sure, but I think we can get away around it. Because we have another blocker in hand with a 0 cost event. Just 2k counter and Mach, you know. Fair. Do you have another one? Just let it go. Thank you. Alright, let's give it down Pedro and pass it up. I wish we got stage in this game. This would be a lot better here. Because we have access to an extra Dawn, which allows some of our units to get rid of some bodies on board sometimes. This might be the dragon turn if he has one here. Yep. Saw that coming. Please get rid of the rest of Chopper. I believe in you. Good job. Okay. So those should go to Zoro. Yep. 1 Dawn under Hiking Bear, so that way he can boost the other Chopper. Alright, so 10k lead. I can't really do anything about this here. He's got 2 Dawn open, so it's potential that he does have a another Diable Jambe, so I have to be mindful of that at the very least. It's probably better for me to actually take this hit and then guard out the next one. Just in case. So we get a Wanda. We have to stay on 1 life just in case he has Diable. 2 Dawn left over though, so he doesn't have very many swings left at the very least. Okay. He has no more Dawn left. Let's take this hit as well. Because that's only going to be swinging for 7. The other one's only swinging for 5. I think he messed up the play with Dawn management. He could have put one Dawn under Hiking Bear and then gave the Tony Chopper another boost. So I would have swung for 6. Bear would have swung for 5. And then Nami could have swung for 5 here as well. Oh well. It happens. I'm guessing he didn't swing here with Zoro because he was afraid that Pedro was going to pop something. But by him not swinging, we have another body on board to attack him with. And I think I would have just dropped the 0-cost event with Electrical Luna anyway, but still. We'll start poking. That's 1. Let's go 9k. If you let the 7 go through, yep, okay, that's game then. Cool. And GG, buddy. Oh, 2k counter. Excuse me. We go 7 here and go 9k. Or sorry, go 10k with Inuyasha. Well, nope. He did have another Diable. Crazy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Diving into another one. Come at you guys with a carrot, playing into king. Trying to get as many games out of the way as we possibly can. I don't know how many games we are going to play today, but I tell you what, I am having fun with this leader. This probably won't make it to, like, my regular rotation of leaders at locals and all that sort of thing, but she is fun to play. So if you guys are on the fence about playing Carrot, she's a cheap deck to build. You can have a lot of fun with her. I think she can be competitive up until a certain point, but let's dive into this matchup, see what we can do versus King. Unfortunately, I do think King did not get the Onigashima stage, but we'll see. Unless he already has one in hand here, and he just whiffed with Queen. Maybe he doesn't have it, but we'll see. I don't mind taking the hit. Oh, Bon Clay. Weird. Very weird. We'll get that rested. We'll go 2k into it. If he wants to guard out, I really don't care here. I mean, he's already done his job by giving King ramp, so there's no reason to counter out. Cool. Let's play Bonnie and freeze a Dawn. We'll go 5 lead. That's my bad. Oh, actually, never mind. No, this is fine. This is fine. Because we can restand a Dawn with Zoe, and then play down Wanda for his search. So it's okay. Basil Hawkins. Interesting. Ooh. We'll take this. Restand that. I do think the stage, though, if you haven't tried playing with the stage in Carrot, is almost mandatory. It just allows you to restand your Mink characters at the end of the turn. At least one of them. That way you guys have one for your leader effect each and every turn, which is nice. 3 down open, so he definitely is playing stage now. Nope. Never mind. So now it's way too late. If he plays stage at any point, I think he'll be way too far behind. But seeing the ugly guy with the zipper mouth, I would imagine he's probably running with a 10-drop Linlin and Kaido that wipes the whole board. Because I've seen a list similar to this, or similar to the cards that he's running, in other King variations, and it's kind of interesting, but at the same time, playing King like a ramp deck doesn't feel like that's the way to do it, you know? Let's get down Milky here. I don't really care about the Queen, so we're going to go 5k to face. Nah, let's go 5k. We'll pass it up. We'll restand another Wanda. Yes, I'm aware that we could have just got the rest of Dawn with Milky and then restood her instead. But I'd rather have at least one Wanda on board that can actually swing if I need to. There's the Linlin and Kaido. Sure. That is no problem. I think we can get around this still. We're just going to be a little bit aggressive here. Let's get as many cards out of hand as we possibly can. Oh, 4 cards left. We might actually be able to win game. If we play this correctly. I don't think we necessarily need to go like big numbers here. We just need to be able to hit the sweet spots. Nice. Would you get like a search or something? Okay. That's fine. I didn't plan on hitting with Izo anyway. Don't worry about it. Let's restand Wanda. Do Zo. And try this again. Let's go 8K. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Nice. Let's go, boy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're going to dive into another one. Coming at you guys with, again, Carrot into Marco. Now, we might play maybe 3-4 more games. Haven't decided yet. In any case, Marco is another one of those decks in which I feel like people are not giving enough credit to. I think this deck is actually pretty good, especially if you're not prepared for it or you don't know how to deal with it. Marco, of course, gets much better when the new structure decks come out, but currently, in today's format, I think he has some good matchups, especially into green decks, into decks that you don't see too much running around. And again, you aren't prepared for Marco, he kind of can run you over, but he has to see the right cards and the right pieces in the right order, which is kind of tough sometimes when you're searching and you have the 3-drop Doflamingo when you're trying to stack cards. It's a little like counterproductive sometimes, but when it hits, it hits. Either way, let's dive into this matchup and see what we can do here. This should be a tough one for me too, considering he can kind of just get around a lot of my blockers by his leader ability, and then Wave Crash, or sorry, Seaquake, and or Marco. So, we'll see. Having Pedro down so early isn't really what I want to do, but we have no Jewerly Bonney. At least until next turn, maybe. Hopefully we get one off like life or draw into it. That way we can slow down Marco's curve. He already hit a Sanji's Pilaf, so that does suck. He's got 9 cards in hand, or sorry, 8 cards in hand here as well. 7 lead. There's no point in blocking. There's the Bonney. This will work out. Cool. Oh, you're cool, bud. Vista. Interesting. We can't rest it, because I don't have a Mink on board. So I guess we can Bonney and freeze a Dawn, and then go 6 to face. See, now it feels bad, because we're basically playing up against a removal deck, in which, when they remove the Minks off board, we kind of like are playing from behind, because now we have to put a Mink on board to waste the Dawn to do that, and then we had to go from there. If he had 7 Dawn, it could have been a Marco ability into a Ultama into Marco to pop me. Which, who's to say he doesn't have all the pieces in hand as it is. 5 left. Maybe that's going to be a blocker Marco or Doflamingo. And then a search with Izo. What are you doing? You know, I don't know if we should have rested Vista there. Okay, blocker Marco, we'll take it. We can actually play around this here. We can get Carrot down to freeze the Vista. We have 7 Dawn, right? 8 Dawn, okay. Yeah, this is perfect. I guess we can play Zo and Carrot at the same time, which is nice. Get back an active Dawn, play Carrot down. Bonney can swing for 7. We can freeze this. We can rest the Marco here. And then attack into it with Bonney in hopes that he just lets it go. Nice. Let's go 5 lead. I don't care too much for the Vista. At this point, he's about to make it to late game and put a lot of bodies, big bodies on board. Which, we only have Doffy in hand, and we might not last long enough to survive without any counter power, essentially. Please, no Gravity Blade. Alright, that's just as bad. Yeah, that's just as bad. That sucks. At least it wasn't a Sanji Rayleigh combo or something, so that's fine. I think we need to keep Bonney here. Although that's our whole hand, but I think we should be okay. We can Hody Jones. We rip the life. We rest Aurelian and Ezo. We get a 0-cost event. He's got 7 in hand here. We might have to really just go face here. Let's try it. Let's get another Dawn back here. Let's go 7 face. Does he have enough? Okay, never mind. I tried. Let's go 5. Okay. Of course. Pass it up. I'm pretty sure we lose here. Maybe. We'll take this hit. There's a 2k counter. How do we survive this? Alright, give you the 0-cost and Doflamingo. Five. Are we chilling? I think we're chilling, boys. Ooh, perfect. Wonder why he did that. He had ace in hands. Oh, I don't think it would have mattered. Never mind. This is a matchup in which we rarely ever see. I believe that is a red-green law, in which he should have a pretty good shot in the current metagame, I think, with a lot of bodies flooding the board, because it seems like this matchup, or this meta, has turned a little bit into aggro base. With the Zoro, the Kagaro, I think he would do really well, especially with Pudding running around here right now, but who's to say? I haven't seen a red-green law player in a very long time, especially when it comes to local play. Maybe our locals up here, which houses about 35 to 40 people on Sundays and Tuesdays. There's a few of them, but he's not as dominant as he once was back in the day, so maybe he could make a comeback in OP08. I'd like to see that. That'd be awesome. But anyway, we're diving into this game here with Carrot, playing into Law, of course. I will probably do, I think I might have said it last video, or not last video, last match, I'm not sure. Maybe 2 or 3 more games after this one. I think I probably said the exact same thing, but yeah, probably 2 or 3 more games after this. We'll see. In any case, let's rest Inami. Let's go into the Jewerly Bonney here, just because that's allowed him to get searches off each and every turn. Restand another Dawn. Go 7 lead. Not lead, but sorry, Bonney. Yep. I think Pedro is going to be pretty strong in this matchup when he throws aggro units on board. Ooh, Cavendish. Love to see it. That's pretty strong here. Not gonna lie. It's 5 lead. I could guard out, but I don't really mind all too much. Electrical Luna. No, I won't use it. I could rest Cavendish, but it's okay. I can rest Cavendish with my leader ability anyway. There's the Zoro. I'll guard this one, though. Okay. Doflamingo. Let's rest Cavendish. I need to clear them off board, because freezing them does not help too much in this game. Sorry, in this matchup. Because Law can kind of bounce cards in and out, you know what I mean? Let's go 5 here. I can restand him at the end of the turn with my stage, so there's no way he'll let this go. But cards out of hand is kind of ideal. Never mind. Alright. I did not see that coming. This is probably a mistake, but let's try it. Yep, okay. That's fair. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I guess if I wanted to clear the Cavendish, I should have just went more Dawn and attacked him with 8. And then played the 4-cost blocker here. Because now it feels awkward to do this, but let's just freeze it, I guess. That's all I can do for now. Misplays were made on my part. We'll just restand the other one. Yeah, I should have swung 8k into Cavendish there and then just played the Pedro down. Because I feel like he's just going to bounce the Cavendish here. Let's see, what are you going to do? Yep, he bounced it. I thought so, man. Misplays happen, man. It is what it is. 7 lead, and then Luffy hits me for a big number. 2 Doffies. Goodness. I mean, you got it. 3 big drops off life is crazy. Arrest the Gadan, or Dadan. How do we get out of this? Because I have to be safe and not take a final hit here. I think Hody Jones is a trap at this moment in time. We can play down the Rosinante into Pedro combo, which would be pretty solid here. Restand another Don with Zo, and then swing 7 into other bodies on board. This could potentially freeze Luffy and Dadan, actually. That'll force him to kick back a Luffy or kick back to Dadan to get another body on board. Let's restand this. Let's go 5 lead. The ones that are frozen aren't really a threat to me right now, so I don't really mind just attacking face. Oof. Let's just go 6 here. Sorry. Get Wanda down first. We'll take a 2K counter. Okay, now we'll go 6. Nice. Okay, then we'll restand our blocker. Seven lead. I have to guard this out. Just in fear of, like, Diable Jambe if he runs it here in this deck as well. He has 8 Dawn, though. So I'd imagine he plays multi-blocker here, or he tries to go for game. Maybe he's going for it. I have to give him the Beppo, though. Law. Sure. Just as I thought. Zoro. That sucks. Because now he also has the potential of Kid and Killer. Never mind. Never mind. We're chilling. We're chilling. We can take this hit. Stage. Not stage, sorry. 0 cost event. Ooh, I think we won off the top draw, actually. Well, I don't think Izo actually wins us the game here. He does help, but I'm pretty sure we would have got through regardless. He only has 6 cards in hand, and I have a lot of attacks that he has to deal with here. I think it was probably more efficient to just swing with everybody. But maybe this way is also guaranteed. We have enough Dawn to play around with Hody Jones here as well. So let's take it slow. Let's go 9K first. Take it slow with 9K. Interesting. Yeah, so we were chilling. Izo really didn't matter here. Good game, buddy. Bye to you too. Goodness. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. This will be the last Zoro game of the day, I promise. Alright. I am tired of this matchup just as much as you are. But at the end of the day, this is going to be one of the decks to beat too, especially at your local scene and all that sort of thing. Zoro is quite strong, but I feel like Carrot and Jewerly Bonney are very good into this matchup, and hopefully we don't get rushed down here. But we'll see what we can do. We'll go ahead and rest this, attach a Dawn to Wanda and smack into it, because we can get the Dawn back by playing stage, and then Wanda can go 3K into the 3-drop. Then we can restand her at the end of the turn. If he decides to guard out, that's totally fine. We'll just run Carrot into it. But let's see what he wants to do. He has 1 Dawn open probably for the event. Yep. I should have known, but we still have to remove this body on board. Oh, that's right, that's right, that's right. The interaction doesn't work like that. You only can get the chopper off the event. Okay, never mind, never mind. We're chill. We're fine, we're fine. He didn't whiff, he just wasn't able to do it that way. I forgot. Give him the 2K Izo here. Gets Doctor down. What do you find? 2 Dawn open. Another chopper. That is... okay. Relax, man. Chill. Please don't have Hiking Bear. Or another Komochio. Alright. That's a big board. Well, thankfully we have Carrot. So we can freeze the chopper. Keep that frozen. Or we can just rest. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's do this instead. Arrest the bear. Let's play Dogstorm down. Or Inuyasha, whatever you want to call him. And then we'll freeze both choppers. This is nice. We can restand a Dawn with Zoe. Give it to Wanda. We'll run Wanda into the bear. And hopefully he gives me counter from hand. Come on. Yep, cool. So now we'll kill this. This is more important than killing the 4K power on board, just because the bear allows you to give, you know, extra 1K to something. So technically the chopper would be a 6K the following turn with no Dawn investment on him. Or he can give that to, you know, Chopper, the other 3-drop Chopper as well. Okay, swing in 5. I don't mind some of these hits, but I can't take them all. Just in case he has like rush units here. Or more bodies to hit the board. Goodness. You kill 2, or sorry, you kill 1, 2 more come after it. Doffy's really not going to make much of an impact in this match, I don't think. Because that means we have to have somewhat of a board and survive. And be okay to drop Doffy and not die the following turn. Duckbill is kind of a weird card here, I think. And I don't see him attacking with Duckbill. Let's go ahead and freeze. We can clear some more units here on board. Restand a Dawn. We actually don't need the Dawn on her. We can just run her into the Doctor. I think killing the Chopper here is probably the better bet. At least for leader here. So let's go 6 into that. Yep. Cool. Just in case. Let's get this on board. This might be a little greedy. We might have just risked a lot by doing that, but let's see what happens here. Let's go 2K into this. I messed up again. Well, yeah, I messed up. I should have Milky'd, just in case he gave me a 1K counter and gave Wanda the extra Dawn, and then stood back up the Milky at the end of the turn. I don't necessarily mind Inuyasha, because he has to put like a little bit of Dawn into it. Unless he swings with leader for 6 into it, you know what I mean? But still. Maybe doing it this way is okay. So now we get the dragon down. We do have Carrot and Doffy for the following turn. Ooh. I'm so sorry, buddy. I'm so sorry. That field we only run 2 Lunas, and we get the Luna off the life. The rest of the dragon. Oh, you so mad. Alright, we go 4 here. You got it. That's fine. So what do we do now? Because we're only go to 9 Dawn next turn. We're not safe enough to play Doffy. And we can't even play Doffy just yet. But we could potentially clear board. At the very least. We play Carrot down, freeze Chopper. 4 Dawn left. Get rid of all the bodies on board here. Yup. Okay, so what I could do is play the 2-drop to restand the Dogstorm to attack leader again. That might be an okay plan. You know what? Nah. Let's just do this instead. Let's go 7. Just poke him a little bit. We'll restand this with Zoe. We'll drop this down, restand Dogstorm. Then go 7 again. Nice. Alright, so we'll go ahead and restand this and pass turn over. So far, not too bad. I think we can survive this turn. And if not, we at least can get some counter out of life here. Because Dragon's going to be guaranteed no matter what, right? That'll be a 10k swing. Okay, or a 9k into Dogstorm. This is interesting. I'll take that, though. That's overkill. Goodness. Yup. Imagine that. He could have just went all face. Imagine that, though. He could have just went all face and just dropped Kidding Killer if he had it. That'd been awesome. But thankfully, we survived. He's got one Don open probably for the event. Or Radical Beam. I kind of got to be mindful that Radical Beam still exists. I just haven't seen it in these zoo builds yet, but we'll see. Let's Doffy instead. Let's play it safe. If we Doffy here, we have quite a bit of counter in hand to protect ourselves against one rush unit. This might have been, like, super risky, but we'll see. We can activate Stage. Go 7 lead. Freeze the Chopper. It would be kind of funny if this whole time I could have just, like, went face here and won the game, but you never know. I think mathematically it's probably the better play to just have gone face. I'm sure you guys will let me know down in the comments, but it's okay. If we lose here because I made the misplay, it is what it is. This should take the last life. Nice. I'll restand the carrot. It's probably the better option here. So nothing can swing unless he has rush units here. 1 Zoro. That's a 6k body coming at me. Okay, never mind. 8. We have to guard out here. But we don't have it. Nice. Okay. Yo, he had it all along. Good game, buddy. Yeah, see, I shouldn't have played the Doffy. I guess I should have just went face. But it paid off. We got the dub. That's all that matters. That's right. Carrot puts in work. Let's go, boys. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I have one more game after this one, and then I want to dive into a new poll here on the channel. So go ahead and do your worst. After that, I have a bunch of live games that I want to showcase to you guys with King at locals, in which I'm having so much fun with that leader. And then I want to dive into another King build prior to the poll. Once the poll is finished, we'll go from there as well. But there's a lot of stuff I got to do. I got to get stuff out here on the channel. I'm trying to juggle when it comes to live games and sim games, so I'm hoping you guys are enjoying this. You guys are getting a lot of games from me. Unfortunately, I think I mentioned it earlier, I don't remember. I might have. But my last King video that I put out, my voice was not all here. Like, I was still regaining my voice back. Allergies has been kicking my butt as of late. In which I feel so much better now. So we will be getting back to regular scheduled content when it comes to my deck builds and stuff here. Just with added in fluff from locals. So don't go nowhere. Nothing is going to change. We're just going to get a lot more viewers here when it comes to the channel. In any case, let's dive back into this matchup here versus another King and see what we can cook up. I have noticed, particularly, I guess it depends on the King build, right? At least for me. Where I feel like I wreck all green decks this King. Just removal. Removal this King here. Whereas Rob Lucci is really good into Carrot, is really good into Bonney. Unless that Bonney slow plays him. You know, I get it. But most of the time, black is just the dominant color here in the current metagame. Which, it is what it is. Apparently it's Bandai's love child. But as Carrot, I feel like every King build I've run into, I think they try to go up the rampy route and just run things like Bond Clay and what's that thing called? Basil Hawkins, the 4-drop that gives you ramp, and the 10-drop Linlin and Kaido combination. Like, they're so fixated on ramping up as quickly as possible, then dropping the 10-drop and then just giggling to themselves, you know what I mean? And I don't feel like that's the way you want to go, but, you know, who's to say? In any case. playing King for as much as I do, especially when it comes to Carrot here, I want to be as aggressive as I possibly can. We want to get this match over as quickly as we possibly can, just because in the late game, this deck is a monster. Aggro really hurts King, so decks like Zoro, but Zoro is very hard to deal with as King. And I think, considering we have some rush units as Bonney, with Nekomamushi, with Hody Jones, or being able to freeze Dawn with our Bonney here, we can slow down a deck quite a bit, depending on what type of rampy cards they have. But the 9-drop Big Mom might be a problem here. Although it did give me back my Nekomamushi in life, which is okay, because as soon as I get it, I can play it down and smack, so we'll see. Going 5. I don't really mind it. Okay, 0 cost event, that's not too bad. He's got 5 cards in hand. He's at 9 Dawn. We could get down another one and do some serious damage, so let's go 5 lead. We can go 7 with Bonney. Right now we're just poking, so there goes a 2k. Nekomamushi can come down. Get a Dawn back from stage. Go 7 here. Yep. 4 left over. Go 6. Come on, give me the 2k you just got. Oh, alright. I think resting the Milky here just to get back an extra Dawn really isn't going to help all too much, because I don't have anything to play down off of that. But we can just go 7 here with Wanda instead. This should put him on 0 life. Nice. Restand this. No, I don't think there's any way out of this. Unless you had like a bunch of small blockers here, but I think we're chilling. Remove Nekomamushi, I would assume, yep. King kills Wanda, Lin runs into Bonney here. Get a 2k counter. Interesting. Yep. That's fine. And I will guard this one out. I need her to stay alive here to go for game. Let's find out. We'll go 10k and then 11k with lead. You have it. Which I highly doubt it. Nice. Oh my god, that hand was dead. Crazy. How fitting. One of the big bads to end off the video today. Carrot versus Doflamingo. What do you think is going to happen? Well, I'll give you a spoiler. This should be an easy game. Like low-key. Especially if you guys see all of your freezing characters, and we actually just got Carrot here off the search. We should be able to, in theory, I guess, freeze every character he puts on board off his leader ability. And he also, all of his cards that he plays is in range for Electrical Luna. Although we only run 2 in the deck, so I guess if your locals is full of blue players, Doflamingo and stuff, and Boa, and if your heart's set on playing Carrot, or Jewerly Bonney, of course, with the 5-drop Carrot, Electrical Luna, it's really just a benefit to you overall. I think these blue decks right now in the format, they're not so strong until they get the new structure decks, and then Doffy changes drastically, right? But I do think the green decks with Bonney and Carrot, I think they have a really, really good chance still into these matchups. But we'll see. Maybe this deck's going to surprise me. I have seen a lot of jank when it comes to Doflamingo, at least right now in the current format. I know a lot of blue players don't like having just the 10-drop Kaido as top-in, and that's it. So some of them kind of try to incorporate the 9-drop Mihawk still in the current format, which is kind of weird. You know, each their own. I don't think Mihawk is as strong as he once was before, but hey. We'll see. We'll see what we can do here. Restand this, just so he can't kill it right away, and that way we have a way to rest other units he puts on board here. I don't mind taking this one. That's fine. Draw into another Doflamingo. We have 3 Bonnies in hand, which is crazy in this matchup. Let's rest the Jinbei, actually. I don't really care too much about the blocker here. If he wants to give me the blocker, that's totally fine. But currently, we really don't care about it. I'm trying to get cards out of hand here. I'm going to play this matchup like a black deck and try to control board, more so than going for face all the time. Like I said, the goal is going to be getting as many cards out of Doffy's hand as possible. Get a 2k for that, which is really good. We could play down Carrot here. We can freeze the Jinbei, which is probably better to do that. So, I think that's all we got here, right? Yeah. Alright. The Jinbei is frozen. It was nice though, right? Jinbei came down, got a body on board. I don't think he's going to do anything else for the rest of this game here. Especially with a hand like what we have now. He was able to stack the deck, so he should be able to get Warlords off the top. Which is nice, because they come in rested, and we can just freeze them as well. Because we have a Bonney for next turn that can freeze the Jinbei, and then a Carrot can freeze whatever that comes down. I feel like Jinbei is going to be not important for the rest of this game. Like, any character he plays on board that's under 5 cost, under 7 cost, we can just freeze. Just because we have 3 Bonnies in hand, and then Carrot can keep the other ones frozen, and we can rest the rest with the leader. So this should be pretty good in our favor. Like right now, we have the option of freezing the Doflamingo. Or not the Doflamingo, the Moria here. I have seen a couple leaders, or a couple Doflamingos running this card, which is interesting. It's not necessarily the best choice, but maybe he has quite a bit of a spicy selection here in this deck list, which I'm all for. But anyway, let's go ahead and freeze this. We can freeze this, and then we can attack in with Carrot, and then freeze the Jinbei as well. I don't need to attack into either one of these characters here. I can just go face, and he can just give me the Doflamingo if he wants to. So we freeze the bodies, we take cards out of hand, or it gives me the blocker. Nice. Nice, no Gravity Blade. Restand the Dawn. We go 7 again. You have no choice, right? You don't want to go down to 2 life so early. Oof. Oof. 2 2k counters is crazy. Restand Carrot. And each and every turn I can do this. As long as he gives me bodies from off his leader ability on board, we can just keep freezing them. So we go to 9 Dawn next turn as well. There is a Gravity Blade on curve, which is unfortunate. So now we have to play from behind just a little bit. We still do have the Wanda on board, so we can keep on resting units. But I'll give it the 2k here. How do we get around this here? We rest this, of course. We can't Doffy just yet. I need to freeze the Moria or get rid of the Moria, at the very least. If we had 10 Dawn, we can do both, but Bonney will freeze that for me. We have 4 Dawn open. Oh, actually we can. We're chilling. Because we can restand the Dawn from the Zo. Right? Yeah, see? We're doing good. And then we can play down another Bonney to freeze the Jinbei. And we can actually get rid of the blocker here. So I don't think he'll give me a 2k counter. Like almost no shot, right? Come on now. Just let it go. Oh wow, okay, alright. Remember, you brought this on yourself. We'll freeze Jinbei here. So that's 2 blockers on board here. He's going to call something down from the top of the deck, which I would imagine. Which is Edward Weevil. Okay. Draws another card. 7 lead, which we can take. Ooh, that's nice, actually. It's probably good that we use this. That way we can rest the other one, but I don't actually think so. Let's not do it. Because this way, we can rest 1 blocker with our leader ability and then Electrical Luna everything else. Which would be really, really nice. So we'll take this. Sobbles. Interesting. Rest that. We'll play Luna. Everything's frozen. 3 life left. Let's go 5 lead. Just want to poke. Nice. Let it go. Thank you. 7 Dawn left to play with. Let's go 7 here. We can restand a Dawn here with Zo. Okay. No Gravity Blade, please. Nice. We'll get this down. We'll do the Zo. Restand the Dawn. I guess swinging in for 7 is okay. But we might as well just go 8 because we don't have anything else to play at this moment in time. You know, you could argue I can play down Melky and then give him the rest of Dawn to go 7. But then at the end of the day, I'd want to restand Nekomamushi versus the Melky here in this scenario. There should be another guaranteed damage. Cool. Then we'll pass turn over here. We'll restand the Nekomamushi. Everything on his board is frozen due to Electrical Luna from last turn. Nice. I rarely ever see Mihawk anymore, so I was definitely not expecting that. I rarely ever see Mihawk anymore, so I definitely was not expecting that. Counter out this. I don't think it matters, though. I think we just win game here. Although we could do it a cool way. So let's go 6k to lead. If we lose, we lose, right? All I really have to do is just Dawn up from here and go 10k, then go 11k with leader, and I think we'd probably get the game here. Yeah, we could have just Dawned up and just went 10 and 11 and won the game. That's fine. Let's do it the cool way instead. It'll work out. We'll get there. Boom. You don't got it. Just take the damage. Yes, sir. Again, if this backfires and we lose, obviously it's my fault. We could have just went face and been fine. But it's all good. It's just really cool that this deck can do something like this and have synergies to be able to do this consistently almost every game with this combination here. It's a lot of fun. Whew. Pretty good. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to the end of the video, in which today we played around with Carrot. I do hope you guys enjoyed this one. This was a lot of fun for me. I had a lot of fun with this leader. Let alone, apparently, she seems to be a fan favorite, and she is doing quite well in the current metagame. Now, she hasn't won any big major events just yet, but, you know, who is to say that she doesn't get better when the new structure decks come out? When we gain access to your boy Shanks, which is a possibility, because Shanks will make an appearance in Jewerly Bonney decks, so it's a possibility that he makes an appearance here as well. Very strong card, allowing us to kill any rested unit on board, so who's to say? But overall, Carrot definitely surprised me. I do think I like Variation 2 here, opposed to Variation 1, but I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. I'm sure you guys have different variations of building Carrot as well, so, you know, help out your fellow community members down in the comments below. These have been my 2 Carrot decks that I've come up with, and I thoroughly enjoy them. Now, without further ado, I do have some stuff coming up here on the channel when it comes to King from Live Locals, so that should be here this week as well. And I want to dive into another King variation here on the channel, as well as a new poll that is coming up. So, if you guys have a particular leader that you want me to see that I might be interested in, they will go into the poll that's coming up next. In any case, I will catch you guys in the very next video. Stay safe out there. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Remember to smash the like button so we get these videos floating around. And if you aren't following the channel, follow the channel, like the video. I'll see y'all later. Enjoy your day.